I don't know. Hello.
That's all I have to say. No, frustrating.
Oh my.
Frustrating afternoon for the men as they take on Charleston Battery here at Keyworth.
Yeah.
Let's
Well,
go.
look-
Let's get right. You know what?
Yeah,
Let's
look-
get right into it.
It looked hopeful in front of 6,700 fans here at Keyworth. You know what I mean?
Yep. Let's get right into it first. Early on, Detroit City had a chance here. Darren Smith, frustrated, very much frustrated here. I mean, trying to feed the ball to him all day long, and you know, like I said, there's a symbol of his frustration right there. This ended up turning into a corner kick.
Yes.
A good opportunity here for Detroit City.
Yes.
Ben Morris to Jay Chapman.
And
things were
backyard.
looking good.
And that Jay Chapman finally found the net for the first time this year. One zip to City after 2 minutes of play. We were looking good. I said, oh man, this could be good. But then 3 minutes later,
it's that man again.
That man again.
That man again. Cal Jennings notches his 10th of the year.
Oh, and it was a good header.
Yeah, very good header.
Very good from seeing the replay. It was a fantastic header.
Yep, and Detroit.
And it was near the net, close to the net. That's what he's good at. Scoring goals close to the net, either easy or tough like this one. So.
Yep, tied up at 1. And then Detroit City did have some chances, though, an opportunity here coming up. Let's see, another corner kick for Detroit City. Looking at the 15th minute of play here to no avail. And header by Dominic Gasso right to the keeper, unfortunately, on that one.
Right.
Fast forward into the 21st minute opportunity here for Charleston Battery. Thwarted off very handsomely by Carlos Herrera. Nice punches the ball right back to midfield. Fast forward here to the 30th minute of play here. Another chance for Detroit City here. And I'll tell you what, he almost ran me over there.
Oh, what happened? He almost
Darren Smith had a chance, and then it just went right. I mean, went out of play.
Did you duck?
Oh no, I didn't duck. I still hold my ground.
Yeah.
But we go to the 44th minute of play. Michael Bryant leaves Cal Jennings wide open.
Oh my.
And there is your dagger, folks.
Yeah, he did a barrel roll in the end. That was number 11 for him.
There is your dagger, folks. I mean, what do you do? I mean, what can you do? Michael Bryant let Jennings out of the way. Beautiful pass from the middle to Jennings.
Passed by Herrera.
Yep, and there you have it right there. 2-1 at that point. And then Detroit City had a chance here late in the half.
Yeah.
Contact in the box here.
No call.
And coming up here, no call. Looks like a trip up there. You think that should have been a penalty?
I would say so. Yeah,
I mean, it looks like incidental contact there. We looked at the replay here, and in the 49th minute, but
it should have been called.
If
he was in the act of shooting, it would have been no call. A call.
Referee actually called it a no.
Oh man.
Yeah, no goal. And then Juan David Torres.
Oh yeah.
Banger.
Bang bang.
52nd minute of play.
I think that's all she wrote. Detroit City attempted to make a comeback, but with no avail.
To no avail. Final score: Detroit City 1, Charleston Battery 3. Just unfortunate day for Detroit City FC.
You're right.
I mean, he's looking up the FODMAP stats as we speak here.
Let's take a look at the FODMAP stats. Wait, I'm in another game. Hold on.
He's getting.
I'm jumping myself ahead. Here's the stat for the game. 12 total shots, 8, 2 on target for Detroit City FC. Battery FC, 9 shots, 4 on target.
Yep. including the 2 goals.
I know.
The brace by Mr. Cal Jennings.
And remember, at this point in time, Marcanic last year scored 4 goals against Las Vegas, and it went all the way to set the record of 30. Could we see that? I'm not sure.
The way Ben Pierman has his offense going, I mean, you could see that. I mean, the way he has it structured right now, I could honestly see that happening. And I mean, going back to Detroit City, though, I mean, just a frustrating afternoon all the way around.
I know. Very frustrating trying to get something out. There was great chances and calls, but what's wrong with this team? It's just unbelievable.
I mean,
and here's the good. And here's my question. I've been hyping up the Wall Stars between Darren Smith and Cal Jennings. Honestly, it was a watch out literally today for Cal Jennings. He really dominated the game.
Cal Jennings, definitely the star of the match today.
Yes.
I mean, with his 2 goals. Nonetheless, it just, like I said, very disappointing. And Darren Smith had his opportunities today, and I mean, they tried to feed the ball to him. It just didn't come out to fruition in the end, and unfortunately, it cost Detroit City 3 points, and another edition of drop points by Detroit City. As you know, they come up with they come up with the lead, and then next thing you know, Charleston comes back, and ties it up, and
here's the good news: North Carolina have a week off this week, so we're still stuck at 17. But and we'll mention Rhode Island had a game today. We'll look at it around the sea. But I mentioned this in a bike race. I said there's the front group, and during the race, sometimes the front group will be 3 miles out, and the back group, the entire racers. But in these bike races like the Tour de France, they do catch up, to the main group.
Absolutely, they do catch up, and that's the way of the season. This was a long season, folks.
I know.
I mean, we're only through the 3rd pole in this thing, so.
And I mentioned Rhode Island was facing on Pittsburgh, and there was so much stuff in the UFLC. So, what time is it again?
Let's go around the sea, folks.
And then when we come back, we're going to review the women's game that was held earlier tonight at 7 o'clock.
Yep.
Okay, let's
go around the sea. Women are warming up behind us. We'll take a look at that game after we go around the sea.
Towards the back stick, it's Mabika again. Tough to get him past him. Oh, and it comes back in! All the way in it goes! The Hounds take the lead on a snapshot back in. And with just 8 minutes left in the half, Pittsburgh deserved.
Lawrence, slight hesitation. Lands back out the drive. Bill Hamid could not handle it, and the rebound knocked in by Thomas. Christmas comes early for Ronaldo Damas, his team-leading 5th goal of the season.
Space, and then you can see the corner and have to deal with it now.
Fernandez curls this ball in. Arteaga is there. Manuel Arteaga scorches the strings. Tampa Bay are level, and it's his 1st goal of the season.
In New Mexico, especially with his goal to down rival Phoenix in the playoffs. Akale curls a dangerous ball in, the header loose in front, and it trickles over the line. 3 players for New Mexico unmarked, and Chris Gloucester claims the goal.
He's put in some tasty crosses since then. Dipping down nicely! Cameron Dunbar with some style.
Could have been a bit more patient there, and Campuzano could have come off his line, picked this up. Now they got to deal with this in-swinger.
Davila tries again. It's flicked on. It's flicked in. Monterey Bay made to pay for that miscue at the back. It was Toch and Adams in the vicinity, and Toch has appeared to tuck in his shirt. You know what that means. He's on the score sheet. And
DeRoma looking for a lane. Tees this one up. Great stop by Rosarena. Avila again for Cabrera. Andy Cabrera's brace in the 64th minute. El Paso on the board again. Their first lead, it's 2-1.
Well, how can you say, I mean, not really the best day for Detroit City overall.
No.
But at least we finished with a point tonight.
I know. Our background is a little bit different. When you saw early in the video, we recorded the men's recap during the day, and now we're blue skies that night. Yeah. But yeah, nothing much.
I mean, nothing much to talk about except for the fact that Allison Lapointe is a beast in net.
Oh, yeah. She made some great saves, and we're probably going to see some of them.
Well, at least a couple of them from the second half. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to get the ones in the first half. There were some technical issues with the stream tonight, so we weren't able to get those saves. But she made like 3 spectacular saves in the first half alone, thwarting off Union Macomb. And like I said, she was basically the woman of the match tonight. I mean, flat out.
Yes, you're right. FC Union Macomb, give them credit. They came throwing everything but the kids today. There was one spectacular save. It passed the goaltender, but it was helped by their best friend, the goalpost, the goalie post.
Yeah, there was a couple of them like that there. And, I mean, even with Detroit City, there was a couple opportunities that Detroit City had throughout the match. I mean, that they had a chance here. I mean, we're looking at the 57th minute here. A beautiful save, another great save. I mean, that was all Allison right there. Allison Lapointe right there in the 58th minute of play. 70th minute or 71st minute, Detroit City had a chance here, buffering a little bit on the stream. Like I said, the stream had technical issues tonight.
Oh, man, finding it. Yeah.
Ella Kane, another right to the goal, right to Union FC Macomb's goalkeeper right there. Another chance here in the 75th minute for Detroit City, and that was
that went wide right.
Yeah, way wide right there. I believe
totally right.
Yeah. 82nd minute here for Detroit City. Another perfect opportunity there. Right to the goalkeeper. 2 chances by Ella Kane right there. And both one stop by the keeper, the second one not so much. It went off to the side. Another chance late for Detroit City. Again, this coming from the outside of the box. Opportunity wide to the left. And then let's just say Allison Lapointe had one more chance to, let's just say, seal the deal tonight for Detroit City FC. Yep. No problem there.
Hold on.
No problem there for Allison Lapointe. And like I said, she's definitely your woman of the match.
I know.
Detroit City 0, Union FC Macomb 0. At least we got a point.
We got a point. Let's say again, we got a point.
And that's huge. I mean, when you're talking points per match and all that stuff, 1 point's not, it doesn't put you on the bottom. And now we face a team that's going to be on the bottom coming up this Wednesday. Yeah, they are sitting on bottom right now in the Great Lakes Division right now. And
probably easy pickings. Who knows?
Yeah, and who knows? I mean, who knows what we can say? But what did you think of this side tonight for Union FC Macomb?
Very impressive, I must say. Did see most of the majority of the match, but hey, they brought it on. I was kind of surprised. You know what I mean? I thought it would be a blowout. Who knows? But oh my!
I mean, I wasn't really thinking that route myself. I mean, I figured it'd be maybe a 2-1, 2-0 match here, but for the most part, I thought Detroit City, in the first maybe 20, 5 minutes of the game, they showed their dominance. But once you got into the 25th minute, into the 30th minute, or into the game, Union FC started coming on, and they started taking chances on there, and that's where Detroit City's defense would come in and shut the door. Allison Lapointe would come in, shut the door as well. She made a couple great, tremendous saves.
So will she be the goaltender to watch for the rest of the season?
I would think so. I think she's number one.
She's the keeper.
I think she's number one, right?
Who would keep her?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, we'll keep her.
I think she's filling in quite nicely for Gabby Schreiber in the night for Detroit City. And like I said, a tremendous performance tonight by Miss Lapointe there for Detroit City FC. Like I said, the first half, I mean, we're trying to get pictures of the street. I mean, there was like four consecutive corner kicks for Detroit City in that first half. None of them came to fruition, unfortunately.
No, this was one of those, what you say in soccer, one of those games where they keep trying, but either they miss the mark or tired or whatever. I don't know, One of those dull games you see in soccer a lot. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
A 0-0 game or...
Yeah, the ones that you don't like to see, where there's no act. I mean, there's plenty of action on the pitch, but nothing in the way of trying to get anything into the net, into the back of the net or anything. But and it did seem like. It seemed to me. I was here in this corner. Mostly the whole time, and it seemed like there was a dead energy in the stands.
Yeah, you're right. This happens almost at every home female game when we have a game with the men's team. You know what I mean? The men's are here, we're ready, we're hyper. And then when I think almost, I don't want to say a half or 2/3 of it leaves, it's just like...
Yeah, it's a very, very disappointing.
And a lot of people are tired, you know what I mean? It's just like,
a long day of football indeed, for sure. And for some of us, that have been here, and this guy here, he's been here the whole time. Until he found out, what was it? Derby was supposed to be this.
No, my reunion was supposed to be this weekend.
Oh, okay.
But I've learned it was next month, the 21st.
Gotcha.
Location place we don't want.
Gotcha.
So hey, I came here for both games.
Yep, and you look like you're about dead.
Drawing dead, as they say in poker.
All right, with Coach Dave Dwaihy after a 0-0 draw tonight between Union FC Macomb and Detroit City SC. What can you say about Allison Lapointe?
She had a fantastic game. Came up big for us when we needed it most. I think when you play at this level, no matter how the game's going, it's unavoidable that you're going to have moments where you're either under the gun or where the other team gets a great scoring chance, and that's why you hope to have a top level goalie who's got experience and confidence and all the great qualities that Allison has, because she really came up big for us 5 or 6 times
at least. I could see 3 at my end. The YouTube stream went down, so we had, unfortunately, couldn't see those first 3 saves, but those were just tremendous saves, especially the one that ended up being back to back.
Yeah, a couple where she had to make a first save and then smother the ball or make a second save even. And I'm just remembering the one. I had forgotten about the one you just referenced. But I also think she was really good with her feet. When we played back to her, she was never rattled. She kept it. We had to clear a few because there were times where they were really pressuring us. But she didn't put a foot wrong tonight. And, beyond her greatness as a goalkeeper, she's just like a kind and generous teammate. And I think we just get so much from her. When you got that energy coming from your goalkeeper, it helps everyone.
And when one interested, her best friend, Mr. Goalpost, saved her.
Yeah, we'll take it. Sometimes, in fairness, it went the other way that way too, right? We hit 2 posts in the first half, so it was the goalpost was kind of helping both teams a few times tonight. But definitely helped us big. I think she got a touch on that. I think she pushed it onto the post, which is amazing because that shot, I was right behind it and I saw it destined for the side netting and I held my breath and then everything worked out.
Yeah, but this Union Macomb team, aside from the chances in the first half, we had several chances, several corner kicks in the first half, came to no avail. It seemed like you had them in control most of that first half. And then all of a sudden, like in the 20th, 25th, 30th minute or so, they started coming on strong. And credit to your defense as well for holding them off.
Yeah, it was classic soccer. I thought we had a very good start and then a great 15, 20 minutes in the middle of that first half. And I was feeling really encouraged, and we had some chances off set pieces, and we had a couple almosts. But then they just figured it out, and goes to show the quality that they have top to bottom. They know each other. They're all playing from the same club. And so I think they really exerted that advantage over the course of the game. Second half in particular, we were on the ropes, but our defense held strong. Our midfield worked tirelessly. We got really good effort from our front line players during the handful of times that they were able to run onto stuff. And, I thought we created a couple of exciting chances for ourselves as well.
There was definitely a couple of exciting chances there. I mean, I could tell Ella King had a couple chances on net towards the end there, and it just didn't come to fruition. I mean, one was right at the keeper, and then the next thing it goes wide left. So
yeah,
it's just those tough it's just those tough things in a 0-0 draw that it kind of gives you cringe at the time.
There's moments where you're like, oh, if only, but they probably have just as many of those moments to complain about too. So
absolutely,
I think a draw is a pretty fair result, and it's a result we're happy with.
Were you kind of surprised because usually more established teams like Detroit City, they would pick on the New York team, but this time it was a close game.
Oh yeah, I to be honest, I wasn't surprised because we got some of our strongest players last summer from nationals, and their coach David Robertson has an amazing collection of players that he's worked with over the years. And so we knew as soon as they became a team, they're going to be a team to beat because there's just so much quality.
Oh yeah.
And so we kind of knew what was coming, and they had their top group in, or most of their top group tonight. So the minute they submitted the roster, we kind of thought, okay, here we go. Brace ourselves. It's going to be a tough one. But they delivered. They were fantastic.
I know.
As Mickey Redmond would say, no place to be a nervous person. Definitely no place to be a nervous person in this division, that's for sure.
Yeah. You got that right.
Absolutely. Every team, I think there's tremendous parity in our division. And so, the hope is that by avoiding dropping points to the team that I'm guessing might end up near the top, we put ourselves in a position to be there with them at the end of the season, and then we'll play them again in a couple of weeks, and hopefully we can find a way to get another result.
Hopefully some good home cooking here at Keyworth Stadium against those guys.
Yeah.
Well, by the way, where is FC Union Macomb?
They'll play out of Romeo High School.
Romeo High School. Team High School has our Darta team, which we will not mention.
The last time I was there,
brother.
The last waltz, November 20th, 2022. Just saying right there.
Chaos, but honestly, the Nationals are a good team. They'll treat us well.
Yeah, for sure.
So, all righty. Thanks again.
Hey,
we will see you Wednesday.
Appreciate it. Thanks for the coverage.
All right.
Thank you. But hey, you and I have been committed to talking about being independent media, and that's what's going around these days as the legacy media is failing us. So, hey, we're doing our part.
Absolutely. And we're glad to be doing it.
Thank you very much.
Glad to be doing it as well.
You mentioned about the next game, Toledo Villas, 7 o'clock or 7:30 maybe.
7 o'clock kickoff on Wednesday night right here at Keyworth. Get your tickets at SeatGeek.com, Detroit City Store over in Capitol Park. Usual outlets.
And the next men's game will be, well, incidentally, the Jägermeister Cup is next week.
Against Portland or Sharts of Pine or Farts of Pine or okay.
Don't tell me it's a very intelligent name, like I say. But the next league game will be the week after, and guess what? We're gonna have to face on Pittsburgh for the first of our 2 regular season games. We've already faced this team already in the JG Cup. We're going to face them again, but this time in the league play, and it's probably at the nicest background in all of USLC, the Pittsburgh Riverhound. They played.
Remember going there last year, as a matter of fact.
And let me tell you, they play on the banks of downtown Pittsburgh. It's a gorgeous sight, by the way.
It's a great sight to see, even in person too. Being there, I've been there once myself, and even though it was in sad circumstances, it was, like I said, one of the great scenes. Great scenes to have in all soccer.
And you connect sports at a city background like that. I don't know what is. You don't see in all the regular baseball and football teams because they're enclosed with a slight bit of the city styling showing. But Honestly, you get the full city skyline.
I mean, the only thing I would compare it to a little bit as far as skyline is concerned, you look at Comerica Park.
In downtown Detroit.
Yes, now with the Hudson's building coming to fruition and finishing up,
and the Tony Stark Tower, I like to call it.
Yeah, the Tony Stark Tower.
Probably Dan Gilbert built it for Tony Stark.
I would think. I don't know. It's going to be the GM's new world headquarters. I mean, needless to say, in the next couple years or so,
and the Sky will be different. That's another story for another
Absolutely,
day.
it is. So
we're tired.
We're tired. We're done.
We're wrapping this up. I'll see you on Wednesday, man.
I'll see you on Wednesday. Okay. We'll see you on Wednesday as well. Until then, folks, keep your feet on the ground. Keep reaching for the galaxy.